Exciting news! Are you sick of people just talking crap about duty stations and where they're moving? I know I am, and for one, I wish that I had not cried for 2 hours straight when I found out we were moving to NIS Jax. I feel like such a fool for doing that when I got here and found out how incredible this place is. So I'm bringing you the duty station download to empower you and help you to feel great about where you're moving. And if you sign up to be the first to know when our new show launches, I am going to personally email you the MP3, MP4 download of the soundtrack. And let me tell you, it's a bop. It is a bop. We're going to upload it to TikTok so you can make TikToks to it. It's so fun. And it was produced by Air Force veteran of Romero Records. So I can't wait for you to hear it. All right, get excited because in this episode, we are doing a winter compilation that includes sunny San Antonio and South Carolina, as well as Washington, D.C. and West Point. You're going to learn about all of the wonderful holiday-themed things to do at those duty stations. Enjoy.
This is the duty station. Download across the nation. This is the duty station. Download it, download it. This is the duty station. Download it.
Hey, Lindsay. All right, my question for you. You've been at two really popular, and one a little bit less known military installations. So I'd love to know from you, what is your favorite end of year holiday? And are there any must-see wintertime attractions at these duty stations?
Ooh, good question. So I am Lindsay Litton, active duty spouse in the Air Force, and we've kind of been all over. I would say my favorite, and we weren't stationed there, but my husband was deployed to Germany. So he was at Ramstein in Germany for 6 months, and it was around the holiday season. We didn't, unfortunately, get to experience a Christmas market, but I want to take a brief moment to say that Christmas is my favorite. I love preparing for it. We have traditions in my household where, no matter where we are, the traditions just happen. And for us, that's making sugar cookies in our gingerbread houses, and the kiddos just love it. And I love that we can do that no matter where we are. But Christmas in Germany is just at a next level. It is just beautiful. We were there when they were starting to prepare for the Christmas markets. And it was just like something you see out of a storybook. You know how we always watch those fun little Lifetime channels and they have the little booths and it's wreaths everywhere. That is Germany. And they already look like gingerbread houses because they're just very cute and just beautiful. But yes, the German Christmas markets, gorgeous, something you must see.
I'm Laura Briggs, speaking about Camp Lejeune, North Carolina. In the winter, one of my favorite things to do in that area is they call it the Swansboro Flotilla. Swansboro is about 15 minutes outside of the base in Jacksonville, and they will have a whole bunch of boats that are all decorated with Christmas lights. They will do hot chocolate and music, and Santa will come, and all the vendors in downtown Swansboro are open. So that is my favorite thing to do in the winter in the Jacksonville, North Carolina area.
Honestly, for me, we were just talking about it. I am a huge Halloween fan. It is my favorite holiday. And then I think next to that, it actually kind of goes in order. It's Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. Halloween for me has always been my favorite because it's the holiday that, regardless of how old you are, whether you're a child or an adult, it is the one time of year that you have an excuse to dress up. No one's going to look at you to be your favorite superhero or cosplay or whatever, that you could come dressed as the person or thing that you can be. And it's the day that you can let your imagination just run wild. And honestly, my hero when it comes to Halloween is Heidi Klum. I mean, her Halloween parties are legit. Like one day, that's my dream. I want to throw this biggest Halloween bash.
Invite me.
Right? I want to have this Halloween bash where I'm come dressed to impress, right? Where you just dance the night away, drink and eat. But yeah, I love Halloween because Like, who doesn't want to be able just to let your hair down and just wear whatever you want to wear with no inhibitions and no judgment, right?
So the winters in DC, I think sometimes can catch people by surprise because they can be a little bit difficult, and it sort of depends on which area that you live. But the farther outside of the district that you live, like if you're in Northern Virginia or if you're in Maryland because you're trying to commute in, or one of the bases that's around that area, you can get dumped on with a lot of snow. It's not usually very extreme, but the winters are definitely cold and very snowy, and there's lots of sort of slush on the ground. And because there's so much traffic and people driving around, that slush really turns like gray and black. So definitely worth getting some good rain or winter boots to live in that area. Some of my favorite outdoor winter activities to do in the Maryland and DC area, there's lots of great places to go snow tubing. And of course in DC, even though it's winter and you can't do a lot outside, there are so many incredible museums in the district where you don't have to be outside much at all, especially if you're doing Smithsonian. So many of them are free. There's so many awesome museums and sort of things and monuments like that to check out in the downtown DC area. So even if the weather is not perfect, you can go check out some indoor things.
One of the things that I loved, so I was stationed in San Antonio. It is 85 degrees during Christmas, so it's hard to get into the Christmas spirit when it's 85 degrees. So one of the things that we would do, we were stationed there for 4 years, is we'd actually head up to Taos, New Mexico, and every year we would just go to the ski resorts and ski. And so since my little kids were 3, we've had them on skis. And now that we're here in Colorado, it's great because we've got more accessibility to the mountains. And I've got black diamond skiers now, which is amazing. They're out skiing me. So it has been one of our traditions to ski on Christmas. And we even talked this year, since we're in Colorado, we're like, wouldn't it be fun if we went to the beach? And my kids were like, no, we're going skiing, Mom. We're going to make it happen. So for us, it's skiing and being close to that. And even when you're in South Texas, you can escape and get some snow.
Going into Thanksgiving, because it's that time where you're just so thankful and grateful for what you have, and to be able to come to the table where you set aside your differences. And especially for the military community, like, we don't get to spend time with family, and you gain family. Every duty station you go to, you gain family, right? You come to a new duty station, a new zip code, you get a new neighbor, and you immediately bond over everything, right? There's so many memes that talk about how I don't know you, I just met you, you're on my emergency connect card, my kid is having a fever, can you go pick up my other kid at school? But it's so true. And that's why I love Thanksgiving, because you can split a meal. Oh, by the way, we spend so much time in the field and or deployed, and what a better way to share over that common thread over a beautiful meal.
So the winters in North Carolina are extremely mild. When we rented our house, we were not able to get down there one day because they declared a snow emergency for 1 inch of snow. And we were actually driving down there from Maryland, and we were like, really? There's 1 inch of snow and North Carolina is shut down because they don't have any snow plows. It just never really affects them. I would say sort of the standard throughout the winter is somewhere between 25 and 40 degrees in the Jacksonville area. And there's a lot of days where it's still perfectly nice outside. That was one of my favorite activities to do in some of the warmer winter days, was go over to check out the beach at Emerald Isle, because there wouldn't really be any people there. Nobody's surfing. There's no one, enjoying swimming in the surf or anything like that. But it's really nice to walk along the ocean and get that great breeze and get out of the house.
And then right into Christmas. And it's not about the presents for me about Christmas. It's just the fact that Christmas is about coming together as a family. And there's something about watching the kids light up, right? It's about just seeing their faces believe in the magic of it all. And for me, it's about being able to work together as a military community to give back to the military community. And I know it's hard for so many. I've been fortunate to be able to have more than enough to be able to partner with organizations that can give back to a lot of our military families. And so I just love to do that. And it's just the magic of the holidays. So that's what I really love to do. And in at Fort Hood, because it's such a large installation, there's so many organizations that are tied in around at Fort Hood, that you truly get to see that. And really, I've seen here in the DC area, my last assignment, because it's such a joint area that especially here, the Marines are heavily based here, that you see a lot of the give back in terms of the Toys for Tots, and the Marines are heavy with that. And so it's just, man, you can't get away from that, that ooey gooey heartfelt string. And so it's hard to be a Scrooge around here. So I love that.
And then my favorite winter beverage is always just going to be a hot cup of coffee. I think it's a great place no matter where you're at.